as you can see, I have the comment thing up. That's because you see the little timer up there. That way, I know whenever the broadcast starts, and then my intro doesn't get cut off anymore. So you know, yeah, there's that. So yeah, and same thing before. If you go over to my YouTube channel, post your comments there. Let's get on with the game. As you can see, I have one thing out just because I can hear behind me, so that I'm not hearing noises. Hey, what is going on, man? How you doing? Sorry for that awkward silence. Anyway, so let's continue with the game. Let's see, how much oil do I have? I have that much. Alright, anyways. So, where we left off, I think we were in the trouble with the monster, I think? I don't remember. I've got no clue where to go now. Storage, I think, maybe. Wait, I got 2 tinder boxes. And I got some oil. So, area 3. Kitchen. Storage is over there. Hold on. Yeah, well, hold on. We've been to the storage area. We need to go over to the cells. I think that's what they're called. I don't know. Something down there. It's a rock. Hey, that's a naked man. Grab this oil. And, poor man.
Hey! Anybody! Help! Christ! I don't believe this. Why? I mean, why? What did I do to deserve this? I mean, it can't be. Do I deserve this? It wasn't my fault! Why did he have to go in there? Don't go into burning houses. He should have known better.
Is that it? Okay. There's a note here. Let me go ahead and close this door just in case. There we go.
4th of August, 1839. The nightmares woke me in the early morning, and for a moment I forgot where I was. Shortly after, there was a knock on my door. Alexander had heard my screams and asked me to join him in the parlor. As we drank our tea, Alexander began to tell me what he knew. It seems like the orb I found casts a long and dark shadow. It's not only a powerful item, but a dangerous one. Simply by touching it, you invoke the powers within, and if you are too weak to control it, it will devour you. The shadow is a sluggish thing, lagging behind the wielder, killing anyone or anything in its path to reclaim the orb. I said I didn't care about its powers, and that I should throw it away. Alexander advised against this, as I'd still be a part of the path to the orb, and eventually suffer death. Having the orb, I would at least have the chance to fight back when the time came. I asked Alexander what he meant when he said he could protect me, and he answered that things can be done, but at a price.
Please don't be coming over here. Oh. I think it fell out of the map. Wait. What's that? Guessing I glitched through something. Is it here? Yeah. So, to game designers, I think you got a problem to fix. I think you got a bug. Molly, go on. What are you doing? Yes, I know I have to carry on. Anyways, a few cuts and bruises. Alright, well here. Let's go ahead and re-trigger this. No. Okay, so that is that button to lean.
What happened to her?
I don't know. Hold on. I think that's scratching at the door. I'll be right back. I'm back. Alright, back to game. Go on, Pee-wee. Alright, we gotta go. Go! Okay. He unraveled the cloth, protecting the orb. Alexander reached out, picked it up, and held it against the light. Cover it, he said. Keep it covered at all times. He reached out. Pipes.
So you used the drain sewers as a means of transport?
Yes, they were built to divert water from an underground spring and are quite spacious. It seemed only natural to incorporate it into the overall
Hey,
structure.
how's it going, man?
But we won't be
And a
using
woman.
Not today. The flow is seasonal, and when the spring runs dry, the damp tunnels produce a rather poisonous type of fungi. There is an antidote, of course.
Hey,
but
what's
we won't
going
be
on, Ollie?
bothering with it today. Come, this way instead. We're almost there.
Let's see. What's going on, man? How's your weekend going? Can I go this way? No, alright. Nope, alright. What does this say? Finally, light. Do I have any oil left over? No? Okay. Oh no. Okay, hold on. So let me see what my mementos are. Mementos. Enter the sewer. To enter the sewer, it must first be drained. So I gotta drain it somehow. We're stuck. It needs to be greased. Let's see what I got. Come here. Maybe there's something I can hit with like these little things right here. I don't know, maybe there's something in like the sewer thing. No. I don't want to go back. Don't tell me I have to go back.
After the prison level, some light is needed, and that is what we want to give the player right now. We also wanted to have an environment that did not look like anything else the player has seen so far. When the player has endured the dark and gloomy dungeon levels, we wanted to give some sort of award for coming so far, and this level is supposed to be that award. The sound of water is also found quite soothing for most people, so we wanted them to relax, calm down. Only to be more acceptable for scares later on, of course.
Oh, that's it? You're not gonna give me any hints? Let's see. Was there another way that I didn't see? Oh.
Your sister is calling. Your sister
Give me 1
is
second.
calling. Your sister is calling. Are you gonna pick up the...
Sorry about that. That was my dad. I don't know why my sister is calling on my dad as my dad's contact, but I will fix that later. Can I?
I figured I add a little something about the commentary, why it is in the game and how we did it. As you probably have noticed by now, the quality of the recordings are a bit different. We tried our best, but as we do not have an office, everyone had to care for their own voice recording and make do with the equipment that they have. For me as a sound artist and for Mikko and Tapio, this was not really much of a problem. We all got our sound gear to rely on. But for the rest, they really had to work to make the best out of their chat microphones. They even got a checklist of things to do, such as put a sock on the microphone and what angle towards the microphone to speak at. The reason as to why we did the commentary to begin with was that when we were working on Amnesia, we started taking pre-orders of the game, and we put up a meter on the website saying that if we got 2,000 pre-orders, we would add a commentary to the game. I suppose you know the answer to the question if we met that goal or not.
Nice. Purpose of the inner sanctum has always been to study the orbs and find a way to force them to yield their power. However, he still wasn't aware of this.
This map is all about themes, and the action the player does are meant to reflect what happens in the diary.
Serving water from the spring.
Yes. It enables me to control the water in the drain sewers to some extent. Also, it can be used for all sorts of purposes.
Like the drinking room.
Well, that too. But mostly to run different machines.
Ah, like water mill.
Exactly.
Alright, back to this.
This map is all about themes, and the action the player does are meant to reflect what happens in the diary entries. The player needs to turn the valves in order to progress, but at the same time, things go bad every time this is done. The level gets darker, the sound of someone being trapped gets louder, and the water lurker seems to be coming closer. Everything tells the player not to turn the valves, yet it must be done. Something that reflects how Daniel feels in the diaries.
Alright, nice. Let's go. Alright, let's go. Alright, here. We're about to do some hardcore parkour. Was this oil? Yes, it is.
The inspiration for this level came from me visiting the Basilica Cistern in Istanbul. Fun thing was that Jonas, the concept artist who drew the design, had also visited it the same summer, so he knew precisely what I was after. The fishes that can be found were also inspired by the real thing.
Nice. More hardcore parkour. Boy, if you don't get your bubblegum, now let's see. Come on.
7th August, 1839. There is no denying that Alexander puts a lot of faith into what I can only describe as magic. I'm not surprised. Even while traveling across Europe, I assumed I would have to embrace the supernatural to save my mind and life. As a novice, I do everything in my power to stay focused and not dwell too much on my own doubts. Alexander woke me up early and told me it was time we got started on our work. He was obviously excited to get going, and we headed downstairs to the old dungeon, where he preferred to attempt his rituals. It turns out that Alexander is a true Renaissance man, paralleled only by Da Vinci, I'm sure. He showed me several rooms fitted for specific research, such as anatomy studies, alchemy, and botany. The crown of Brennenburg must be the inner sanctum, a most hallowed ground where we shall attempt to permanently banish the orb's shadow.
Nice. Oh, it does get a little darker. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's go. Alright, we're okay. I went the wrong way. Pee-wee? Yeah, alright. Lay down. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crap, I don't know where I'm supposed to go next. Oh. No, hold on. Oh no. Okay, I need to heal. Alright, I need to save this oil too. memory gets darker each
8th
time.
August, 1839. I could never be certain until today that I was on the right path. Using my orb, Alexander managed to channel its power unto us. The inner sanctum flared with blue, fiery light, and I could feel the same things I felt in the dark chamber in Algeria. It was like standing in a mad whirlpool of impressions. It was terrifying, but Alexander kept calm and wielded strange tools of science in order to tame the storm. Suddenly, the blue light was stained by strains of red, and the walls burst with pulsating tissue resonating with the scene. Alexander quickly covered the orb in some cloth, and the unspeakable thing vanished. Apparently, the orb's shadow is closer than Alexander thought. He said I should prepare for a warding ritual tomorrow. I'm not sure what he expects, but I have a bad feeling about this.
Bet you do. Is my mic muted? No, it is not. Okay. Alright. Stand under here for a second. Alright, let's go. Oh, hold on, I gotta gain sanity again. Hold on. Stand under a light. And the last one should be over there. Let's go. Hey, look, it's a fish. Oh. Hold on. So I'm guessing this is just to turn off the steam. Pee-wee! Yep.
August 1839. It is still early, and Alexander is busy preparing for the ritual later today. Seeing him this worked up makes me question why. What does he stand to gain? I realize he is curious about it all, but surely there must be more. Is he so foolish he will attempt to tame the power of the orb? I must admit that yesterday, when Alexander flooded the inner sanctum with blue light, I realized we had but graced the orb's true potential. This might turn out to be more than escaping a creeping shadow. It might be the beginning of something truly extraordinary.
And that extraordinary led to your death. Well, not to mine, because... Oh, not mine. I need to get near light, like, now. I need to find a torch. There we go. Alright. I think I have to go back up. Alright, let's go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. I gotta be quick. Don't look back, don't look back, don't look back, don't look back, don't look back. Alright. Need to get near torch right here. Okay.
Your sister is calling.
Alright, give me 1 second.
Your sister is calling. Your sister is calling.
looks like I can end the stream right now. I will be back on later. If you enjoyed, please subscribe and click that little like button and click that little bell so then you get notifications from me. Alright, bye.